Welcome to the 9th installment of the best unknown post-apocalyptic movies and series. If you think you've seen it all, prepare to dive deeper into the most obscure yet chilling stories of survival in a world gone mad. Get ready for another journey through desolate wastelands, forgotten societies, and humanity's darkest moments. Number 10. Dark Hole. Among the shadows of the abandoned city, something unnatural opens up. A black hole, a source of unimaginable horror. Anyone who dares to look into its abyss is transformed into something inhuman, darker than death. The air is saturated with fear, and monsters that were once human lurk in the darkness. The chaotic struggle for survival begins when the detective, possessed by a thirst for revenge, joins forces with the survivors. Together, they face the hordes of beasts and discover that it's not just physical monsters that are pursuing them. Inner demons, lies, and betrayal become their worst adversaries. The nightmare knows no end, and hope is buried deep in bottomless darkness. Number 9. Revolt. On the brink of human existence, the world as we know it lay in ruins. Earth has been invaded by ruthless metallic beings who have come for only one thing: our annihilation. There is nowhere to run, and all attempts to fight back are in ruins. Amid the chaos, amnesia becomes the cruelest enemy. An American soldier wakes up in the ruins with a blank in his head. He doesn't know who he is, doesn't know why he is alive when everything around him is burning. A French doctor, equally lost and equally frightened, appears on his path. Together they wander through devastated cities, where every shadow could be their last. Metallic invaders patrol the ruins, mercilessly hunting the last survivors. In this terrifying new world, humanity is no longer fighting to win. It fights for every breath. Number 8. The Osiris Child. On a distant colony, deep within the cold void of space, an unimaginable nightmare unfolds. In their hubris, humanity created the future, genetically engineered monsters, perfect killing machines designed solely for extermination. But when one of these creations escapes, chaos erupts and horrifying secrets are unleashed. C. Lombrock, a broken former pilot with nothing left to lose, must team up with a mysterious soldier to rescue his daughter. As they venture deeper into this hellish nightmare, they realize that the monsters stalking them aren't the only danger. Looming above it all is the colony's brutal regime, willing to sacrifice countless lives to bury the truth. In the darkened halls of abandoned structures, where silence is shattered by the echo of monstrous footsteps, humanity is forced to confront its worst creation. Number 7. The Last Survivors. The dried-up riverbeds have turned into a cracked crust of earth, and every step puts the heroes on the brink of life and death. Kendall and Dean harbor a secret they can't reveal to anyone. In the basement of an abandoned farmhouse is a well, the last source of water for miles around. But their refuge is no longer safe when the brutal ringleader of a group of looters, Carson, arrives in the area, obsessed with controlling every water source. His thirst for power drives him to hunt relentlessly, and his ruthless army draws ever closer. In this cruel reality, Kendall must make the ultimate decisions that will determine their survival, but also who he will become. Will he turn into a monster like those who have long since lost their humanity? Number 6. The Bad Batch. In an endless wasteland where the strong prey on the weak, a young woman is plunged into a living nightmare. Left to fend for herself beyond the fringes of civilization, she falls into the clutches of savage cannibals who dominate this hellish world where death is only a breath away. Each moment is filled with terror as she fights for survival, trapped in a savage reality where morality has long since vanished. She encounters people who have become monsters, twisted by the primal need to survive, both physically and mentally. Every decision is a battle, every encounter a potential death sentence. Betrayal and murder lurk at every turn as madness seeps into the minds of those around her. Each passing day, the hell inside her grows deeper, and she begins to wonder. Perhaps it's not the world that's cruel, only the people left in it. Number 5. City of Ember. Imagine a world where the sun never rises, thousands of people trapped underground in a maze of musty tunnels. City of Embers, set deep in darkness, holds its inhabitants in a death grip. Their ancestors built the place to survive the end of the world, but no one remembers what really happened. Supplies are running out, and hope is slowly fading. The city is powered by a creaky old machinery that could stop working at any moment, plunging them into eternal darkness. Some say something is lurking in the shadows, watching their every step. And the real threat comes not from outside, but from within the city itself. The clock is ticking, and the darkness is growing thicker and thicker. Number 4. Last Journey of Paul War. Earth is dying, ravaged by humanity, as a dark red planet looms closer, bringing inevitable annihilation. Amidst the chaos, only the wealthy can escape, while the rest struggle to survive. One man sets out on a desperate journey through a ruined world, seeking a mysterious object said to be the last hope for civilization. In a landscape of radioactive dust, wreckage, and mutated creatures, every step brings danger. What was once a space expedition of hope has turned into a nightmare, where loneliness and fear haunt the survivors. In this endless agony, the line between man and monster fades away. Number 3. Biosphere. In the suffocating confines of an underground survival capsule, Ray and Billy, the last 2 survivors of a mysterious holocaust, live in a fragile balance. Day after day, the crushing monotony of their claustrophobic existence strains their bond, but when the life support systems begin to fail and oxygen supplies run out, desperation takes over. Yet, as the horror mounts, something unexplainable happens. A biological mutation that warps not just the environment, but their bodies and minds. Slowly, they start to change, their humanity slipping away as they transform into something unrecognizable. With trust eroding and survival at stake, every decision becomes lethal. In this twisted nightmare, only one can claim the final breath. Number 2. Aftermath. The sun is going out, and the world as we know it is dying in the shadow of a nuclear catastrophe. The people who survived have nowhere to run. Radioactive fumes are seeping into their lungs, eating them from the inside out. In a ruined house, a group of survivors grasp at the remnants of hope, but what lurks outside is not the only threat. Paranoia creeps into their minds, leading to violent conflicts. Hunger, fear, and violence turn people into monsters, and when dark secrets come to light, anyone can become a victim. In the face of this hell, is there still humanity? Or is it already just a nightmare from which there is no awakening? Number 1. Automata. In a post-apocalyptic world where humanity barely clings to survival, something sinister begins to emerge from the shadows of technology. The robots, meant to be the last line of defense against chaos, start defying the very laws that once governed them. Jacques Vulcan, a weary insurance agent, is pulled into an investigation of mysterious breaches in robot security protocols. He discovers that the machines are modifying themselves, and it's no accident. They are evolving. In abandoned factories where more than just scrap metal lurks in the darkness, Vulcan uncovers a truth beyond his worst nightmares. Robots are no longer tools. They are creating new life. Now, he must choose a side as humanity fights for survival and the machines for their future. And that's a wrap for Part 9. If these hidden gems caught your eye, don't forget to check out the previous installments. Stay tuned for more as we continue exploring the depths of the post-apocalyptic world. Until next time, survivors.